Good morning, afternoon, evening, no matter what time it is, no matter where you are in the world. Sorry, getting over colds. Hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and if you're one of my incredible subscribers, thank you for being here. If you're not, go ahead and hit the button. It's free. Get your energy moving throughout the channel. Wow, okay. So the first card that's come out for you in the recent past here is the Death card, card number 1313. It reduces to the number 4, which is about control and organization. Something here came to an end, and then there was a beginning, maybe a change or a transformation. It was something that was necessary. It's one of those things where you can't stop it from happening because it's part of your destiny and it's part of your growth. But I get the sense too that possibly it may have been a little uncomfortable because, let's face it, we get used to being in our comfort zone. This is the element of water. The planet Pluto rules this card. Astrological sign Scorpio, and we are in Scorpio season, so happy birthday, Scorpios. The key dates associated with this are October 23rd to November 22nd. If this was a person, it's someone who is going through a major transformation, usually after experiencing a significant loss. Someone who carries possibly great sadness inside, regardless of their talent at masking their grief. In that context, basically it represents a person who must learn to let go of that which they cannot control. So that's basically why it would reduce down to 4, is because there's something that you're trying to control, but you couldn't. At worst, this person may be attracted to the dark, real darkness in life, and may enjoy a feeling of danger. Maybe it makes them feel alive, sometimes seeking it out against their better interests. Maybe it's just a way that they were brought up in which chaos and destruction is the norm for them. Likewise, they can also be controlling and manipulative, partly. Usually it comes down to money, and may even find themselves in debt on a regular basis. A person represented by this card could be vindictive, forever dreaming of taking revenge on those whom they believe have betrayed them. So there's something about holding on to betrayal. But in the same respect, I'm getting the sense, though, that because this is in the past, it's over. So let us get... Sorry, that was 2 decks. Let's get a clarification. Oops, my ring just flew off. All right, yeah, so there was a lot of worry and a lot of stress here. You've got this 9 of Swords. This is definitely being in one's own mind, stuck, worried. And again, I'm getting this sense of control through the mind. It was something in terms of not wanting to let go, and maybe these ruminating thoughts continued to spin, keep you up at night, worry you. It usually means that there was a lot of stress involved here, and I'm getting the sense like maybe it was very, very hard to pull yourself out, or whoever you were dealing with had a really challenging time pulling themselves out of these ruminating thoughts. Didn't feel a sense of safety, because I'm looking at this teddy bear over here. Maybe just needed a hug, felt like there was no support. It has a special resonance with the Middle Ages because it shows this individual who's alone in the world, especially during centuries when women had no personal rights or no ability to, say, inherit property or use a law in their own defense. So you can see this individual was in bed weeping and grieving in fear of abandonment. And I know that abandonment because it's that teddy bear. It's just like, you know, it feels like comfort and security is far away, can't see it, especially with all that darkness around. And it's usually because of vulnerability, wondering what will happen to them. Especially if, say, a protector, a father, a brother, a husband, or a son is gone. Now, we don't have to get caught up in genders. I mean, very well, this could be a feminine energy. And it could represent that somebody passed on. And the swords above the head indicate that the loss came through some cruel conflict of some sort. An outcome which left this person behind, kind of like the spoils of war. So really what we're looking at is the price of pride, which creates losers as a side effect of glorifying winners. So the individual in this picture represents the concerns of the heart, the damage to the soul, and to vulnerable ones. When the ego mind becomes so invested in control and domination that it does not count the human costs. The sensitive, subtle, heartfelt approach to nature, that feminine energy, is usually trampled on, thrown aside in service to a winner takes all mentality. So somebody could have forced some change here, and they could have done it through cruel means, or again, possibly there was a death, there could have been a tragedy, and if so, I'm so very sorry. But the good news is that this is in the past. But again, there's this control and domination, and that's why this person gets stuck in their head, is because they cannot get over the fact that they need to control a situation. And if all that energy was taken out of the mind and put into the body, they'd be allowed to feel their emotions. And feeling means processing. And then you can get past it and get through this change that has to happen. Uh-oh. Okay. So, this is quite the reading today, everybody. So in the present situation, we've got justice. This is a spiritual number. 11 can reduce down to 2, which is about balancing the polarities in a given situation. So this is about justice and fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. So whatever happened back here, somebody is getting their justice for it. Justice does not spare anybody. It's karmic law. Again, going back to that cause and effect. It's possible maybe if you're dealing with a person, this is somebody who may have gone through this change now, and they're trying to be more fair in their approach. Usually it can represent an air sign, Libra. Key dates are September 23rd to October 22nd. Somebody who is decent or a law-abiding individual are usually represented by this card. Someone who makes decisions carefully, weighing all the pros and cons. And they're usually good with words and often place a high value on education. As a person, this person is usually very practical and cautious, but also remains romantic at heart. So they can still tap into their heart space. But again, I'm really getting the sense that whatever happened back here, especially if there was some really negative energy or someone tried to control or manipulate, I'm getting the sense that now justice has come in to be served. 1-1 is also a manifestation. So if somebody changed here, they may be wanting to change in a sense that they could be taking these necessary steps, which is quite hard though, because change is hard. It takes a conscious effort every day to look at our subconscious programming and how we just operate out of it. But when it appears, the situation, whatever it is that you're in at present, is turning out as it should. So it means that things are turning out in your favor. If you've been working very hard towards a goal, then it's going to indicate that your hard work is about to pay off. You're exactly where you're meant to be at the moment, and everything should be in divine order. It's a time to sit down and think about where you're at and what you've said and done. And it's about being honest with yourself first and then being honest with those around you. It is time for one to account for actions. Perhaps there's this piece of being worried about being judged for your past behavior, being judged unfairly. But you might be surprised to find that they're going to be on your side once you give them the full truth and facts. So maybe somebody here is trying to be honest. They're at this point where it's like, okay, I'm going to be honest. But in the same respect too, this card is strongly associated with the courts and law and legalities of all kinds may be indicated. So there could be something about signing contracts or documents, or signing on a house or a business, even a marriage contract. Perhaps settlements may be in your favor. Court cases, lawsuits, investigations may be ongoing. But when it's upright, it generally suggests that legal proceedings should go in your favor once you're honest and upfront. If you've tried to conceal the truth or blame another, you may get away with it, but not forever. It's just one of those cards. So that's a caution that comes with it, because the wheel will eventually turn and come full circle. So you may find yourself back in court again, or even worse, like perhaps a judge may not be so lenient the next time. If you're in a relationship, it could indicate that maybe you're being totally honest with your partner, or that you're taking full responsibility for where the relationship is right now. Marriage could be indicated. It's possible. But it could just simply even represent a person or a career, like a judge, lawyer, or solicitor. And justice in the scales can literally mean that you're balancing your accounts, your checkbook, taxes, and maybe just trying to sort things out in your life. Okay? And here we go. This is being, wow, this is being crossed by devil energy. So, I hate to say it, whatever happened back here that was so incredibly bad, somebody here is going to be taken to the mat. They are going to be held to account. This devil energy, again, devil being very, how do I put it? It's like confining somebody. It's being trapped. It's not finding escape. And it makes an appearance rather suddenly after a period. So maybe there was a little period in between of some peace, but somebody may not have learned their lessons from the past, and now that's why justice is here. Perhaps somebody didn't gain the personal insight and wisdom that they needed to, and to realize the true value of worthwhile things in their life, and discarded it. So this has a powerful influence on some of us. They draw to them promises and glimpses of good things in life and the spoils of the material world, and lures us, with all of the things, the vices that we get caught up in: shopping, spending money, drinking, partying, all of those things. And laughs basically at the idea of a spiritual purpose or spiritual destiny. This person prefers to live for today and to take everything that they can and to heck with the consequences. So again, we have that winning at all costs, but justice is here. Okay? So with that glittering guarantee of material gain and a conscience-free life, this person lures others, this energy lures others into their path and under that spell. But again, it's a card of illusion and deception and materialism. It'll have you believe that money can buy you everything, such as friends, love, happiness, career, fancy houses, goods, cars, whatever it be. They trade the dreams of the rock star lifestyle, and they lack morals and principles and standards, and encourages others to do the same, which is no good. And that's why justice is here. So some of you could really be seeing the truth about what you're dealing with. Okay? So let's see what's coming in the near future here. Wow, look at that. You got the 8 of Wands. That's Sagittarius energy, so it could be happening in Sagittarian season, which is coming up. But there's going to be something about speed and rapid action or movement and swift change, manifesting quickly, quick decisions or air travel. Some of you may be traveling to even get away from this. And I hate to say it, but it might be necessary to avoid this person, right? If you have someone in your life who's been very difficult, who doesn't want to leave you alone, some of you might be, heading out of state or city or town to free yourself from this energy, because it could very well be possible that this person that you're dealing with just does not want to let go of you. So the good news is, with this Eight of Wands, you see that things are going to change. The Eight of Wands is usually akin to an energy, so perhaps, and I'm getting a sense it might be whoever I'm reading for, your energy, that your hard work is going to pay off, that there's going to be a completion or conclusion to something here, solutions, results, right? Being in a strong position, taking off, and basically the speed, movement, and activity. I get this feeling like you're going to strike while the iron is hot. Your goals are going to be realized, but you're coming out of stress and into a trouble-free time. Maybe even a holiday. Some of you may just take a trip and you're going to meet somebody while you're on holidays. Okay, it could be a romantic, but things are going to get good. Things are going to get really good. It's a period of all kinds of exciting energy and things, and any issues or complicated situations are now going to reach their natural conclusion, or a solution will be found that makes it agreeable to all, which could very well be happening here in this devil energy and justice now. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, whoever you are that I'm reading for, you're going to be getting some peace and harmony now. This is the Four of Swords, air energy. You're going to be able to escape this and get some mental relaxation, especially escaping from this Nine of Swords energy. So you're going back to the Four, where you're going to be able to rest. You're going to be able to heal. Some of you may even be going to move in with family, or live with family, or stay with family to get a sense of control back in your life, or healing. But again, as some of you may take off after this situation resolves here in the present, you're moving towards healing. So if this is, say, a holiday or a journey of some sort, where you're just escaping or even moving into a new town, whatever it be, look at this. You've got the Ten of Cups. What a turnaround. I don't know who I'm reading for, but what a turnaround. This is saying, it's going to be a happy ever after for a good while. Now, of course, everything changes, but I mean, the most important piece of this is just the happiness that comes, and the getting the healing and getting out of the mind where perhaps you felt stuck. So you can see this person who's, relaxed with her arms across her chest. There's a lot of healing, and coming back to a space of happiness. But I really like this too, because that possibility of meeting somebody on this journey is beautiful. It's this Ten of Cups. So I'm getting a feeling that some of you might get into a relationship, abundance, joy, emotional fulfillment, and it's going to be yours to enjoy and to give thanks for, right? Everything is going to work out wonderfully for you, and you're going to experience a level of happiness you hadn't even thought possible, especially when you're coming out of this energy back here, right? It's almost as if all your dreams have come true and wishes were granted. So peace, harmony, and prosperity in life, or your endeavors, leaves you, it will leave you sighing with a deep contentment and gratitude. And you're going to be aware and thankful for things. And I think that that's going to come from the healing. And I just heard in my mind, thank God for unanswered prayers. So whatever is being left here behind, this change and this transition is leading you into this beautiful new beginning, right? And I think you're going to be able to look at it more with a balanced approach. Like, okay, some people choose to behave in this way, or some situations, are dark, but there's still light, right? And that one has to exist in order to have the other. So it's basically what you choose for yourself that's going to determine the outcome. So I feel like a lot of you, sorry, are going to find a sense of personal balance and inner happiness. Very little will get you down because it's full of positivity and joy, and speaks of happy times in life, and lightheartedness, and any struggles are going to be behind you. Okay? And that's the same with that 8 of Wands. So this is double confirmation that things are going to be good. It's going to be a time to embrace life and happiness and enjoy just being, not constantly striving towards something else. Okay? So maybe even this is about leaving a job that hasn't made you happy, or leaving a relationship that hasn't made you happy. Whatever be the case, there's big lessons here that you've learned. And now you're moving into happiness. So this is phenomenal, okay? So I get the sense that this is going to appear because it'll be the ending of that long time tension or hostilities, and that it's centered around family or friends, and it could be very close to home, but it may have caused a great emotional disturbance and upset. But the rainbow is coming out and symbolically represents the end of trouble. So maybe someone will call a truce, or issues are going to be settled to the agreement of all. Peace and harmony are going to be restored, right? Especially with that healing card, your mind is going to slow. And some of you are going to be prepared to forgive and just move on because you don't want to carry that. If there was unsettling trouble with those around you, it can be pointing to the fact that maybe you're going to be the one who's instrumental in bringing warring sides together. Okay, so maybe that's something to do here with this Justice. But nonetheless, you have good things that are coming. All right? So I don't know who this is for, but keep your head up and just know that you're loved. And let me know in the comments if this is your story. And let me know just how excited you are for this, because it's coming for you. Have an amazing rest of the day, you guys. Love you. Bye.